Hey guys, this is Hand of Justice, and I just wanted to welcome you to a Explorer deck here. And I'm looking at kind of getting prepared for the upcoming qualifier plans. So I found a copy of the Boros Convoke deck in Explorer format, and this was I found this. I think it was. Let me see if I can find the name here. Yeah, this was by cjeffcoatjr. So credit to this person for making the deck. Looks like this has a 75% win rate here on ladder, and I just took a copy of this build here just to see if this might be a deck that I'd like to play here for the upcoming plans. But just to kind of go over the basic idea of the deck, it's pretty much like the Boros standard Convoke deck, except it just has a couple more cards. So there's also this new card here, Venerated Loxodon, where you can convoke this out, and then when this enters the battlefield, you get a +1/+1 counter on each creature that convoked it. So can just pump up your whole team, essentially. In addition to the Knight-errant of Eos, which goes and finds more gas. It does run 2 copies of Thalia, just because this is a pretty fast format. I have never played Explorer before. I've played Historic, so I don't know if it's kind of similar, but at any rate, pretty powerful format. We do have 4 copies of Ornithopter as a free creature, just to kind of get things moving even faster. We also have 4 copies of Thraben Inspector. So this is a lot like Voldaren Epicure in the sense that it's a creature that comes in for 1 mana, and it also provides a clue token, which is an artifact which can then be used with Gleeful Demolition to make 3/1/1s. So just another enabler here for us. Warden of the Inner Sky is an all-star in this deck, just like it is in Standard, where you can basically make a ton of different tokens and then use the scries to pump this creature up and then be able to fly over for the win. You have 2 copies of Giant Killer, just to deal with kind of larger targets that we can't really deal with, and it's another 1/2 that comes down for 1 mana. So we've got 4 Resolute Reinforcements, but yeah, the deck, very straightforward. We are running the Gigantha, the Wellspring Companion, so since this is fairly easy to run, it just basically gives us another card to have access to in our hand if we totally run out of gas. And so you can pay 3 mana during the game to allow yourself to then cast the companion as a creature after that. So first you got to pay 3, puts it into your hand, and then you can cast it after that. For the mana base, we've got 21 sources. We have, looks like everything here. Let's see. So we have 18 sources of white and 18 sources of red. So really good mana. A lot of the mana base here is going to be kind of expensive to craft if you're considering this deck. So you've got 4 Sacred Foundries, which is the come into play. You can pay 2 life to have it come into play untapped. Otherwise, it just comes in tapped, and it can produce red and white. 4 copies of the Needle Verge Pathway, which you can basically choose as either a white source mana or a red source mana when it comes in, also untapped. And then you've got 4 Inspiring Vantage, which comes in untapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. All right, actually, excuse me, the reverse of that. So it comes in tapped if you control 2 or fewer other lands. So yeah, it's another way to get to all the mana we need. Then we have 2 copies of Sheffet Dunes, which basically allows us to have like a pump effect. And this one, you have to pay life in order to get white mana, so you can still use it for mana, but it does kind of, it's one of the pain land here. And then we've got 2 copies of Den of the Bugbear. And Den of the Bugbear comes in tapped if you control 2 or more other lands. But otherwise, you can play it like early on like turn 1 or turn 2 and have it come in untapped. And then it can create a 3/2 red goblin creature that whenever this creature attacks, you can also create a 1/1 red goblin creature that's tapped and attacking. So another way to kind of get a little bit more value out of our lands. All that said, we've got the Imidane's Recruiter at the top of the curve, just to kind of give everything haste and +1/+0 and just get in for the win. So for the board, I don't really know too much about the board so far. It looks like they've got Rending Volley, 2 copies here of Rending Volley to basically deal with white or blue creatures. It can't be countered, so it's kind of nice against some of those maybe more control-y matchups. You've got 4 copies of Forge Devil that when it comes in, it deals 1 damage to a target creature and 1 damage to you, so kind of little spot removal for sort of really annoying low-to-the-ground creatures. 2 copies that get lost that are kind of just deal with whatever you need to deal with. 2 copies of Rest in Peace for all that, basically the best version of Graveyard Hate that you have. 2 copies of Redain, God of the Worthy, who is a 2/3 flying vigilance for 3 mana. And basically the important part here is that non-creature spells your opponent casts with mana 4 or greater cost 2 more to cast. And then you've got 2 copies of Wedding Announcement, and I'm guessing this is for, again, just getting a little bit more value, pumps up human creatures, or it gives you, after 3 turns, +1/+1 to all your creatures, and then it creates a 1/1 human token every turn. Or if you attack with 2 or more creatures, you can draw a card off it at the end of your turn. So nice little benefit there as well. All that said, let's go ahead and hop into an Explorer event and just sort of try this deck out, see how it does. If you are new to my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. I do try to get a video out every day, and I am really excited about this format. I've never played in the Explorer format, so it's going to be completely new to me, but very excited to try it out. Typically, most of my stuff is going to be standard, but again, because this is the qualifier season with Explorer, I'm happy to try it out. And for my returning viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Again, by the way, for newer viewers, if you do like my content, please consider subscribing. It really does help me quite a bit in the channel. And yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate you. But yeah, literally just crafted this deck, so super excited to try it out, see how it goes. And when I was playing Historic, I definitely had some fun playing like the Is It Wizards deck. Mono Green was a really big player in that format. I don't know how different Explorer is from that, so if it's going to be some of the same cast of characters. Didn't really take too long to look at the format so much, but I know that, yeah, there's going to be a ton of decks out there. I hope everybody had a great first couple days here in January, and hopefully all have great New Year's resolutions. But yeah, I'm really hoping to get a video in every day, just to kind of help build the channel. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. All right, opening hand looks great. We've got Inspector into Gleeful Demolition, so happy to try it out. And then hopefully we can get one of our like Convoke top end things to start pumping everything up. All right, so we're gonna lead out here with Inspiring Vantage and go for our Thraben Inspector. Okay, I don't know what we're up against here, but looks like probably Rakdos. I think maybe Rakdos, yeah. I guess we can go Demolition plus Giant Killer here. So let's go ahead and get in first and then do the rest. And maybe it's better to wait there because that just gives them this value a little bit sooner, but we've got to push through. So, okay, they've got Thoughtseize. Okay, let's get Giant Keller down. Okay, yeah, this is like the Black Cat Witch's Oven deck, I think, right? Okay, now we've got Venerated Loxodon, so super happy to see that. We can go, let's see, probably reinforcements here. And then we'll just go into Loxodon. So yeah, not sure if this is like a combo deck, so we need to get Thalia down, but definitely seemed like Loxodon was a good move there. Okay, and there's another Loxodon. Just makes me want to do another reinforcements into another Loxodon. They're at 17, so we're pushing 10, 14, 15 right now. I guess we can use the Inspector and some reinforcements to go for the next Loxodon. So maybe we'll use, this will be 3 and then 2 more, so maybe like 2 of these guys. Yeah, and that's going to do it. Wow. Seems really powerful so far. Yeah, between Venerated Loxodon and Knight-errant of Eos, like we've got so much good stuff to go and get. But yeah, I'd love your feedback, guys. If you like to see like Explorer type this format, or you want to see it's like some more kind of a little bit of a mix of different types of events, like standard events, Explorer events, I'd love to try this out. So this is certainly new for me, but it seems like a fun format so far. Okay, our hand looks great. We've got access to all of our mana and can just get going here with 3-bit Inspector or Epicure. So yeah, probably like turn 1 Epicure and then like into... Actually, let's go turn 1 Inspector since we don't have access to only 1 white mana. So we can go like Inspector and then like turn 2 like Warden plus Epicure. So our opponent is deep in the tank or just AFK. Okay, so I guess let's lead out with Inspector here. And the next turn we can go like Warden plus Epicure and start scrying. Okay, and our opponent is back. Ornithopter is actually totally fine. We can use that since we've got those venerated Loxodons. So I think that's actually a fine addition here. We can go like Thalia plus Ornithopter into Loxodon. We might want to try to like search for some pump, but I think we're actually doing okay here. So this seems fine. And then happy to offer the trade here if they want it, because we'll still have enough to do Loxodon. Okay, they've got their own Thalia. So I guess if we go Inspector, instead of going Thalia, if we go Inspector here, I think we'll be able to use all of our tokens here to pump up the Warden, and then still have enough for Loxodon. Giant Killer seems totally fine. And then now we can push in with our 3/4 and still... Actually, wait, never mind. We need to tap everything here. Okay, so our creatures come in tapped. So I guess let's just use Warden here first. Gleeful Demolition is going to be great. Okay, and they're just going to... They're done. Wow, this deck is powerful. Okay, 2-0. All right, 2-0. Well, this is a super fun deck to play. I didn't spend that much time playing like the regular Boros Convoke in Standard, but this deck just seems really, really powerful. Whew. But yeah, excited for the upcoming qualifier plans, and I think I'm gonna run this deck. This deck just seems great. Hope everybody's had sort of a great week so far, kind of into the new year here. It's if anybody's made any New Year's resolutions, yeah, I'm trying to definitely build my channel here, so it's been fun playing a lot of different formats, and yeah. Never done Explorer, but it seems like a cool format. All right, our opening hand looks great. Okay, so Inspiring Vantage comes in untapped. And then we can go ahead and go Inspector into Gleeful Demolition next turn. Ooh, that was kind of interesting. I guess the mirror match here. Luckily, we have another Inspector, so happy to go Inspector and Gleeful before they can get our next one here. We could also play Warden, but I think, yeah, we want to just go ahead and go wide. And now we can go ahead and play Loxodon. Oh, this is going to get out of hand so quickly. Whew. Yeah, that's going to do it. Kind of interesting, though. Yeah, I suppose in the mirror match, you might want to Gleeful Demolition their stuff. Okay, 3-0. I think we had something absurd like 14 power on turn 2. Like, that was completely out of hand. I'm also hoping to do some more standard videos. Actually, I started doing a little bit of like best of 3 grinding on ladder, and I want to make a video for that with mono white humans, and I kind of really worked on the sideboard, and it's been going really well. And yeah, so I'm hoping to put together maybe some videos for best of 3 ladder, ranked ladder with mono white humans. Love to know if that sounds interesting to you guys or what you guys think. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, it's been fun kind of doing a couple different formats and sort of changing things up a little bit. But yeah, mono white humans I still think is just like such a good deck, and like its sideboard options are so much cleaner than Boros. I think like Boros definitely has some amazing, incredible finishes with Imidane's Recruiter, and I would not, fault anybody for playing that deck because it's super powerful. I know another streamer that I've been kind of contacting a little bit, Ace MTG, ended up taking it to #1 Mythic in best of 1 space. We had kind of played a little bit of Boros humans, and like I really like where Invasion of Gobakhan just takes that deck to the next level. The inclusion there just sort of helps against some of those control matchups, but he made a really great list, and I would definitely check out his channel. I think he has the whole like journey to #1 Mythic in this most recent. I think it was like just after the holidays, or just after the first of the month. But yeah, that's a great build too. But I'm really stoked about mono white humans, and I'm definitely gonna go through like a full sideboard guide for it too. If you guys, if anybody in the channel here enjoys like the best of 3 space, kind of getting into it. Like I used to play Paper Magic like a decade or 2 ago, and Really loved sideboarding. There's like so much to sideboarding. It's super fascinating, I think. So it's been kind of nice sort of getting back into that space. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Okay, this hand looks great. Gilded Goose. Okay, I seem to remember this from Historic, if it's much different. Alright, so we've got Sheffet Dunes. Could go Sacred Foundry. Pathway. Yeah, I think there's not a ton of red in this deck, so I think let's just go Pathway here. Can't remember quite how this combo works for them. Gain life. Oh, okay, it's the whole like they gain life, then we lose life kind of thing. Tina gets. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can go Foundry here. We don't quite have enough to go off, so we can just have this enter tapped. Don't need another land. All right, now we can go Thalia. I think we want to be a little careful with our life total here. Maybe let's do Sheffet Dunes because it's only one life. So we can go Thalia into Loxodon here. Okay, so they're... Oh, yeah, this has to do with Wild Growth Walker. That's right. It's something about whenever creature control explores. Isn't it like Amalia on Wild Growth Walker? I think it's something like that. And then like they gain life, and then we lose life, and all that stuff. All right, so if we Recruiter right now, what are we pushing? Yeah, Recruiter feels pretty good. Like, we could go Loxodon and try to, like, you know, do more. But I think that, like, Recruiter seems fine. Because we still have decent attacks afterwards. So, yeah, I think let's just go Recruiter. And they're going to at least have to like throw something under the bus here. Okay, so we want to kill, I think, Dina here because the walker is going to become, they can gain life off the food. And that'll become a 2/4. Sacrifice another creature. Yeah, okay, we definitely want to kill Dina. Hang on, their walker didn't get a counter. Oh, it's only when they explore, right. Alright, so we can Chef at Dunes, pump the team again, and send. They can gain, I guess, 3 life here, go to 14. Everything should be pushing a bunch of damage. I like that more than just going Loxodon again here. Yeah, I guess I kind of like this Chef at Dunes play. They can soak a bit more. How much will we be pushing? Let's see, 5, 9, 11, 14, 18. Maybe it's just better to go Loxodon actually and just set up for it. Yeah, I hate to say it, but maybe it's just better to do this. Then we can use Giganta. And maybe we want to hold the pathway so it's kind of a surprise if we've got it or not, so they're not sure. Okay, Collected Company was definitely rough. All right, now this is a sorcery, so we pump everything, send the team, and see what happens. They don't have enough to swing back for lethal, so let's just go ahead and do that. And I think we want to kill Wild Growth Walker here because that's their combo piece. Even though we leave the Extraction Specialist alive. So yeah, next turn we play Gigantha, and then probably maybe add some more counters to the Warden if we can't push through. Otherwise we just swing in with everybody. Depending on what they play. Oh, wow. That was really good. Okay. Oof. Okay, there's another Chef at Dunes. We're at 5 now, so... Gotta hold back at least like 3 blockers. Alright, so slow and steady wins the race. I think we just swing in with the air and just hold everything else back, since they can just counter swing for the win. Yeah, the problem is they just use their Gilded Goose to make food tokens, and then they just sack those to gain life, and because they've got Dina, we might just be done here. I'm surprised they didn't attack with their specialists, because if they attack with specialists, they gain life, and then... Oh, never mind, we've got first strike. That's right. Definitely going to need all of our blockers now. This is super awkward. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers on the ground. So I think we just attack with our Warden. See, I guess they've got 7 attackers total. We have 3, 6, 7 blockers. Yeah, we got to keep our Ornithopter back. Oh, and then they gain life off the Phantom. I forgot. Oh, Lord. Whew. I think we're just done. So yeah, the Return the Ranks Collected Company. Finding the Dina. Super nasty. All right, 3 and 1. I'm not even sure how we fight through that, like, pre-board. We've just got to... Maybe if they just, like, don't hit their Dina? Yeah, hand looks great. wonder if we want to hold the Ornithopter. I guess we could pump it up eventually, but I don't think we need to play it right now. Since in case we draw like our Gleeful Demolition, we want to hold it. Here I think we just want reinforcements. I guess Thalia might be good. It's probably, maybe this is like blue-white control. But I think we want to be able to go Knight-errant next turn. So I think we want to just wait for reinforcements here. I wonder if we should have main phase that just because for absorb. Yeah, so maybe that's wrong. Again, I think we'll hold Ornithopter for now. Yeah, I think they're just prepping for like a huge board wipe next turn. So maybe we grab the Thalia, like a backup Thalia, and a Warden. And then I think we just hold this here. And I think we want to hold on to the Chef at Dunes because we do want to be able to activate Den of the Bugbear. I do like it, actually. I'm not sure how much we want to overextend here. I think that they probably want to kill our Den of the Bugbear, but we want to wait to use that until after they've board wiped. So they can start Castle Ardenveiling. Maybe we want Thalia here. Yeah, I'm just not sure how much more we want to extend. I think we attack with maybe our Knight-errant and then see what they do. Okay, so they're gonna Wandering Emperor that. Sure. And here I think we refill. Like we're presenting some. Otherwise we could just like move Giganta to hand, but we don't really have enough threats. I think so let's just go ahead and see if we can find some more stuff. Okay, I guess it really wants us to search for 5 since we do have Venerated Loxodons. So yeah, maybe we should have tried to search for 5 here, but I don't want to extend any more since they probably have some form of sweeper here. River is certainly interesting. They can make a 1/1 token here, so we would need to double send at Wandering Emperor. Do we want to pump? I don't think we want to pump here. I think let's just attack and see what they do. I guess, like, let's hold back Epicure Rook and just send these two at Wandering Emperor just to assure we can get it. Then we can maybe use this for, like, Warden. Okay, they let us take it down. I feel like they just want a sweeper here, just trying to milk as much as they can. So I don't really want to commit a whole lot more to the board here. Yeah, I think we just sit. Okay, no idea what they're sitting on here. But again, I think we just want to send and just see what they do. Like, we could Immodanes here, but let's just send. And again, let's just go ahead and activate Giganta. Set up for that. I don't want to commit any more to the board here. Maybe I'm taking it a little bit too slow. But I feel like slow and steady wins the race here. Lockdown. Okay, lockdown's not so bad. Do we want to sack our blood token? I don't think so. I think we just sit. They're probably holding at least one counter there. So we could, like, Warden plus Epicure plus Recruiter and push for some damage. But I kind of like getting full value here. So let's go ahead and attack first, see what they do. Let's see if we can go for full value. Probably counter this. Now we can add to the board with probably Epicure. Okay, 7 mana. We could Warden plus Recruiter here to try to take down Teferi. I think, even still, I think slow and steady wins the race here. So I think we just see if we can take a chunk out of Teferi. And then try to go for Recruiter again. Now I think, yeah, we present potential lethal here. We don't want to overextend any further because now they're forced to board wipe. Unless they haven't got it. All right, so now we've got our opening. They need lockdown here. Okay, and they've got the lockdown. Again, I'm not sure I want to sack any of these cards for the blood tokens, so I think we just let that happen. We don't have quite enough for Giganta. We could go like Warden plus Giant Killer plus Recruiter. They probably have counters. But I think it's worth going for. Five, 7, 9, 12 exactly. Definitely got something here. Yep, get lost, okay. I think we put it on the Immodane's Recruiter in case they have another like temporary lockdown. Okay, that's a decent draw. We could kind of spread it out here in case they've got more like get lost type stuff. Just sort of hedge our bets a little bit. So if they've got nothing, like they still can make a 1/1 token, so we're not just there. But maybe we push with Recruiter and then try to get Loxodon going. Otherwise we try to kill Teferi. I feel like we just want to go face. Yeah, maybe let's go, we can just also play Giganta. Okay, so they can make a 2/3. Could Inspector, draw a card. I think we just try to maybe get rid of one of these Sheffet Dunes. Wait, they've got Hall also. Okay, so if they have Hall, they can't block with both. Yeah, guess that's enough. Man, they didn't have any... Like, I was expecting Sunfall or all kinds of crazy nonsense. I guess they just didn't have it. I had no idea. I'm curious to know what was in their hand. All right, 4-1. Yeah, opening hand looks great. Turn 1 Gleeful Demolition seems great. Maybe they've got like Spell Pierce, that'd be awkward. Fading Hope, rough. They might have counters, so maybe we replay it. I guess we replay it here so they can't like counter it. They'd probably just counter the Gleeful Demolition, but whatever. All right, let's try for it. Let's see. Maybe let's try to. We could try to bait it out with Warden, but then if they have like, I don't even know if there's like the pay like 1 extra. What kind of counters they have in this format? So I'm just gonna try it. We'll see if we can do it. Gleeful Demolition. Yeah, that's cool, but I think we're out of artifacts. So let's keep searching. That's a nice draw. Yeah, let's see if we can get Thalia to resolve here. And then I think we just go Venerated. Like, we could go and like search out more. This is adding, let's see, this is adding 4 power to the board. This would be adding 9 power. That seems better. Yep, guess that was enough. They probably needed another white for like temporary lockdown. Okay, 5-1. If you guys try this deck out, I would love to know like how it goes for you, and you know, if some of you like have been playing this deck, and but it seems like super cool. You can just pick it up. There are quite a few rares in the lands for it, so if you might need a couple wild cards to get it going, but it seems super powerful. Yeah, hand seems great. Could use a artifact of some kind, but I think that's okay. We have like a lot of cards to draw into. There's like 4 Ornithopters, 4 3-bin Inspectors, and 4 Voldaren Epicures, which all make artifacts. Let's go white here. If he attacks, I don't think we block because we need like all the creatures for our knight-errant to get through. Okay, don't think we need Foundry right now. So yeah, we can knight-errant for 2. That's still pretty good. Oh yeah, there's our 3-bin Inspector. Perfect. Probably want Inspector and Reinforcements. Man, next turn, oh god, if we could just go all out with Gleeful Demolition, it's going to be so out of hand. And an Epicure. Whew, sign me up. Alright, so Inspector. Good God, this is going to get out of hand. And then we go Epicure and then double Demolition into... Oh, what a beating. Let's see. Let's have our 1-2 become a 2-3. That seems good. So maybe here. And then just because they have a Brucathar, let's try to not have the tokens do it. Or as many as we can. Just like, or as few tokens as possible. Yeah, they're just phoning in. I don't blame them. That turn was absolutely, completely absurd. Oh, look at this deck. Oh. Woo! This thing is fun to play. 6-1. I wonder if this deck could use like 1 or 2 copies of Mirrex. It's another way to make artifacts. Because I think the you make like 1/1 mites that are artifacts, and then you could use that for demolition. So it'd just be another way of like making artifacts. I guess I'd have to look at the mana to see how tight it is, but that would be another way to produce both colors and could also make artifacts. Maybe it's already in here. We'll have to look. Yeah, this hand, like, needs a bit more to get there, but it seems fine. It's like a Gleeful Demolition away from doing some really good stuff. Don't think we want to... I guess it doesn't really matter if we play the Ornithopter so far. Do I care? I'll hold it in hand. Okay, angels. Could go Thalia. I feel like this is like a big time creature deck though. So maybe we want to use to crack this clue, since we can make another one and we have to get the Ornithopter. Like we want to find our enablers here. Thalia might be okay too. Yeah, I think I just want to like find some enablers. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so now we can go Inspector into Loxodon. And that feels pretty good. Oh Lord. Okay. Ooh, I think we might have just been outclassed. I don't think we have lethal this turn, so I think that might have been it. Yeah, because even if we go like Recruiter, we don't have enough to do. He's got 7/7s and 9/9s. He swings in for, yeah, I think we're. Guess we should crack the clue just to make sure, but I think we're pretty much just done. Yep. That's gonna do it. Whew. All right, 6 and 2, final boss. Can we get there? Yeah, hand looks great to me. Of course, I have no clue what like an amazing hand of this thing looks like, but it looked good. We've got Knight-errant and a bunch of stuff. All right, so Ornithopter plus Epicure, I think. And then if they attack, we just let it through because we want all of our creatures for Knight-errant. First Strike Mentor. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, we definitely want a Knight-errant here, so we just let it through. Since we've got the Ornithopter, we could use our blood token. Yeah, I guess that's okay. I suppose let's wait through their turn to see if they have like Brutal Cathar or something like that. So again, if they attack, we just let it through. Just want to make sure we can knight-errant next turn. Oof, Valiant Veteran is rough. So seeing we're at 12, maybe we toss the Chef at Dunes. I just don't like, yeah, having to like pay life. Although we can tap this for colorless mana, so maybe we just toss the Forge. Okay, Loxodon is pretty sweet. I think we do want a knight-errant here. We have, I guess, like Epicure and then Thraben Inspector. Since we have an Epicure in play, and I guess we've got another giant killer, let's maybe like leave like a white open. This is obviously super rough if they have like Brutal Cathar or something like that. Okay, yeah, we can pick up an Inspector. Dahlia is kind of nice too. I mean, that can help us deal with the Stalwart. So like next turn we want to go... Yeah, let's maybe grab like Inspector plus Dahlia. Our opponent is deep, deep in the tank. Okay, Sun Gold Sentinel, but at least it's not a Brutal Cathar. And they can put us on a 3-turn clock with their Sentinel since they can use the Coven ability. Looks like that is their plan. Okay, well, we've got Gleeful Demolition. This is going to get out of hand quickly. Oh, wow. All right, let's start with Demolition. And then see where we want to go from there. All right, so then we can go Thalia. Do we have enough for all of it, though? Because I kind of want a Knight-Errant for 5 to find more nonsense. But we also want a Venerated Loxodon for 5. That's pretty huge, too. Let's maybe do Eos first. Okay, so let's do Thalia first. Question is, do we have time to EOS? Because we've got to start getting in since they've got their Sun Gold Sentinel. Oh, yeah. I think we do. All right, so let's go EOS for 5. 1. We need, yeah, we need 1 white creature. And Inspector. Recruiter seems pretty great. We could also use Giant Killer to kill their Sun Gold Sentinel. That seems pretty important. With the chop down. We could attack for 4 here. We could also just Venerated Loxodon. If they have removal, though, they could easily kill us, is the problem. So I think it's not quite safe enough to do that. So I think we just get in for 4 and sit. And then I think we hold on to the Giant Killer just in case they try to get the Sun Gold Sentinel plan. But this way we can still like play it as a Giant Killer for 1 mana and then Imidan's Recruiter. And push an absurd amount of damage. So they've got 4 blockers. They would block like 1, 2, probably 3, 4. And we would still be pushing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 damage. So not, I guess 15 with this, that'd be lethal. Yeah, we'd have exact lethal if they do nothing. Kabira takedown, sure. You got me. All right, so we don't have lethal. We could hit them for 13. Who do they block if we attack this way? They have to force blocks on both knight-errants. So they're at least losing 2 guys. This feels pretty good. I mean, like we could Giant Killer, but it just seems like a waste of time. We can just do all this other cool stuff. So yeah, we swing with everybody. They go block, block, block. And block here. They take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13. They're definitely losing a couple guys. I think like best case scenario, they keep 2 of their guys and take just an absolute mess of damage. Like Sentinel probably trades here. Recruitment Officer chumps. Valiant Veteran. This probably takes out our Recruiter. An Officer maybe takes out our Thraben Inspector. Yeah. Pretty sure that's game. Unless they have like surprise depopulate. That would be such a beating. But we could still kill him with our Den of the Bugbear, so even that. Okay, I mean, that just makes it easy. Sure, just do that. Seems good. Got there. 7-2. Final boss defeated. Yeah, this deck seems sweet. If anybody else wants to try it out, like, let me know in the comments how it goes. There we go. All right, thanks guys for watching. Let's take a quick look at the breakdown, and then we'll see you for the next video here. So just a... All right, so 78% win rate, 7-2, and looks like we had matches against mono white, 3-1, so doing well there. Mono blue did well there. Blue white control won that match. Mono red, Rakdos, kind of like mid-range type, maybe control. Oh no, actually control maybe. And then we had one against Abzan, and I think Abzan is actually the maybe one of like the more common decks there. Just has like the Golden Goose and the nonsense. I believe it uses Amalia for all the explorers, but yeah. So we didn't win that one, but everything else. So feels pretty good. Take this deck out for a spin. The link will be in the description, and we will see you guys tomorrow.